Kay Perkins and Joy Pearce, and Motley Perkins at 75 will be the final team.
Horse, and the horse runs after the cattle, whichever it is, twirls the rope and it lands on the animal, and then you pull up and the rope goes taut. You take the time from the time they leave the barrier till the cat's rope and the rope is stretched, and that's it. He probably learned to twirl a rope and rope when he was 10 years old, maybe earlier than that. But he got serious by the time he was 15, 16 years old. He roped with his brother. They did very well. He earned enough money for his mission by roping. Rod Pearce was more like a father than a brother because when he was 2 years old, he lost his daddy. So his brother took over and taught him. And his brother was a very good roper also. They loved it. They loved roping together. One time they was roping in Snowflake, he and his brother, and they did so well that they banned them from roping in that the next year. They knew that they'd win, so they wouldn't let him rope. He'd had a horse since before he could remember. Early on, I don't know the ones he roped on when he was a kid, but we bought a little mare. Her name was Nigel. She's black. She knew more about how to let me ride her than I knew how to ride. She was a good little mare. And then he later on bought a risky business. He was a registered stud, and we raised several really nice horses. And his last pony was Puddin'. We called him Puddin'. One of my neighbors said, you know, that horse likes Joy. And I said, I think Joy likes that horse. And they were just buddies. Joy could go over to the fence and the horse would be way out in the field. And he'd just whistle and he'd just come running. He just loved Joy and Joy loved him. And then he was the last one he had. He loved training horses. He knew how to make them do what he wanted them to do, especially running out of the barrier and roping off of them and seeing how they could perform together. It was a team. It was a team. A lot of his people that he roped with were brother-in-laws, cousins. They were the ones he roped with the most. There was quite a few just good friends that he roped with. You have to earn points local in the area. And when you win a roping, you get points. And he had to get so many points before he was eligible to go to the national finals. He got to go back to Oklahoma for the national finals there twice. He got placed pretty well. It was really nice to go back there and see the beautiful animals that would perform at those ropings. It cost quite a bit to enter rodeos and stuff, but he did well enough that I didn't grumble. He didn't lose very much. A few times he did come home with a sad face because he didn't win, but not very often. He was way ahead on the winnings. Most guys that rope don't win it like he did. He was very talented on his horsemanship. He usually came out in the winning circle, nearly always. We have a pretty big collection of belt buckles that he won, and they're more like a trophy buckle is what they really are. You know, they're engraved with the dates and what he won, and there's quite a few of them, and they're beautiful, beautiful belt buckles that he won over the years. He just couldn't ride as good as he used to because he was older. And so he kind of quit the roping. I was very grateful for him to have something that he loved to do and could go and relax and be away from the business for a little while. Made him happier and made me happy because he was happy. I just love to see him on a beautiful horse riding across. It's a beautiful sight to see him. He did well.
Jack Pearce, Joy Pearce, you're up now. Then John Massengill, Jim Knopf, number 60.